Well, hello, Jets fans, or should I say, ho, 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 Jets fans. Here we are. It is Christmas Eve. I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas from your local Santa Bean. Here we go. I am not in my normal recording area. I am down here celebrating the holiday season in Miami, Florida. Not a bad gig. So everybody reaching out saying, where you been? Are you okay? Just know I'm pretty good. I'm doing okay, everybody. So thank you for reaching out. I sincerely hope everybody's having a just a safe, happy, comforting, wonderful holiday. Here heading into Hanukkah as well. Tomorrow I will be eating latkes. So happy, 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 everybody. Spend it well, spend it with family. And don't forget, don't let the Jets get you down. It's just the Jets. It's just what we do. It's our normal thing. And we have some things to discuss today. There's a lot of heat behind this narrative that Garrett Wilson's furious. He hates the Jets. He wants out. And maybe so. But we don't have any real evidence other than, hey, a competitive guy he's frustrated with losing. He wants to win. Imagine that. That's about what we have. Yeah, I'd love to be involved. But it's the questions. Like, if you look at the questions, the answers kind of have to be in that vein. You can't answer a question about, hey, you haven't gotten a touchdown into it. Well, what am I? There's no positive answer to that, So you got to pay attention to this stuff. It's a developing narrative because it's being developed, everybody. So we'll talk about some of the specifics and really how simple this all really is where Garrett Wilson is concerned, right after I remind you of the amazing offer from our friends at BetUS, everybody. Don't forget, you can make something out of this terrible Jets season by accepting the amazing offer that BetUS is offering you, a 150% bonus on your first deposit, up to $2,000, just by using the promo code YouTube150. That'll also get you a 125% bonus on your next two deposits, up to $2,000. It's America's favorite sports book for a reason. The last time I used it last week, I'm 3-0. I put in 3 wagers, won them all. Doing well as of late on BetUS. Go ahead and take advantage of this great offer from America's favorite sports book, YouTube 150, 150% bonus on your first deposit, up to $2,000. Guys, Garrett Wilson. Now, I'm going to tell you my side of this, which is I think Garrett Wilson has the makings, right? He's young, so you can't say anything. Now, I'm a big Wesley Walker guy. I'm a huge Altoon guy. Love me some Wayne Corbett. I loved Keyshawn when he was here. The Brandon Marshall Decker thing was fun, but I don't have any real allegiance to those guys. They didn't tap into my heart in the same way that Walker and Toon and the rest did. But Garrett Wilson has the ability to be the best wide receiver of them all. That's my take. Now, that being said, I am a fan of making Garrett Wilson, just making it known to this young fella how important he really is. There are narratives out there. You got the Garrett Wilson is a number one. He should be the focal point of the offense, right? Everybody else should take a back seat. Fine. Then you got the other guys like he's not Justin Jefferson, which is number ones. There's only 3 number one receivers in the league, which is I don't subscribe to that idea. And that he should stop crying and whatever. So you got these two factions. Some want to trade him. We can get whatever we can get for him. And other guys are like, at all costs, Garrett Wilson needs to be the centerpiece. Now, I'm a little bit away from centerpiece, just a touch. But I think he should be really, as far as the offseason is concerned, the focal point of any direction that we're going to be moving toward. You make Garrett Wilson aware, hey, not only do we love you, not only do we appreciate you, but we're going to make it factual. We're going to give you an extension early. We're going to make you one of the higher paid wide receivers in the league, and we're going to get some real offensive coaching in here because that's what it's all about. It's simple, guys. It's not about is he this or is he Garrett Wilson. I don't think his effort his motivation, his intensity, his ability, none of it's in question. Don't forget Garrett Wilson. Who's doing that stuff? Very few Jets wide receivers are pulling that off. And that catch was so good, so impressive, that there was another amazing touchdown that he had just a drive or two earlier that completely got pushed into the back seat. 2 in 1 game. The guy's an amazing wide receiver. The talent is there. He needs to be developed, utilized properly as a part of the offense. But as the team goes, he should be the face. That's the way I see it. Garrett Wilson should be out front, the face of the organization. Everybody should practice like him, feel like him, respond like him. If it's not going well, no one should be happy. There shouldn't be smiles and jersey trading and all the stuff that they do. I support Garrett Wilson's frustration. I think it's a good thing. It's not a reason to tear a guy up. You want players to be unhappy that they're losing. That's what you want. It is not negative. You want, if we're losing and I only have 3-5 catches, then maybe I should be used more. Right? Keyshawn, one of the best wide receivers in Jets history, wrote a book. Now, I don't encourage that. I'm not a big fan of that. Just give me the damn ball. Right? You got a bunch of guys that aren't me out here. Why isn't the ball in my hands? Just give me the ball. Again, not saying write a book, but hey, Garrett Wilson's getting 4 or 5 catches and we're losing. Maybe use them. Even last week, he got 5 catches, 4 were in the last 2 drives of the game. The game's kind of out of hand at that point for the most part. Like, all right, well, maybe, just maybe, you could use me and I can make some things happen. So, of course, there's frustration. I'd be frustrated. Wouldn't you be frustrated? So there you go. Now, here's the other simplicity aspect of this whole thing. The truth is Garrett Wilson can ask for whatever he wants to ask for. He can say, I want to trade. He can hold out. He can do anything he wants. We have him under contract for this year. We can enact his 5th-year option, so that's next year. So that's 2025, 2026. So that's 2 years of his first 5 years. This is his prime. This is his prime. So he can hold out if he wants. Again, we don't want it to get here, but if it did, you just sit down with him and say, listen, we have full control over you. If you want to pull a Hassan Reddick and get fined and lose the money and do the whole thing, it's going to taint your legacy, if you will, your career. You're going to lose your prime years. You're going to create a bad, attitude moniker that gets attached to you. It's not worth it. Play this year. We're bringing in offensive staff. That's the whole key, right? You got to bring in people that are legit. You got to bring in somebody that's current for the, today's NFL, right? You can't have this antiquated. It's like the guys who want to go back to Rex and all that. So look, I love Rex, but we can't go backwards. You got to go with today's NFL. You got to have lots of movement on the offense, creativity. You got to have this stuff. It's not the old NFL, guys. We can't even get, 4th and 1. We can't even power it through in a 13 personnel. So we got to figure this out. You got to get real offensive guys in here, because when you telegraph stuff, you're like, hey, we're bringing in 13 personnel. We're running it to this guy right here, and they just stack the box, and we don't have the horses to pull that off. So there you go. So 2 things. One is Garrett Wilson is a number 1 wide receiver from my vantage point. I think the stats, 9 quarterbacks in 3 years, and he still has better stats than any Jets wide receiver over his first 3 years. And the truth is, if we can't get that done, say, hey, man, look, we love you and all that stuff. The truth is that you can't go anywhere. And if you're going to do the Hassan Reddick thing, the Le'Veon Bell thing, then more power to you. He'll eventually see. If you just don't entertain it, he'll eventually see. Don't want to get it there, but that's the we could talk about it all day long. There's nothing to really talk about. He's valued, he's great, and he's under contract. It's very simple. Merry Christmas, everybody. Don't get crazy. Don't get nuts with this stuff. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, anything else you're doing. I love you. I miss you. Don't worry about GreenBean. I'm going to jump in that pool right there. Just a few minutes. I think it's 78 degrees right now. And the sun is gorgeous. I'm fine. I hope you are fine too. Thank you to BetUS for their amazing offer. YouTube 150, 150% bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000. Guys, have a great Christmas, Hanukkah. Enjoy your family. Be happy. Be merry. With that all said, as always, go Go Jets.